That's for you. Hey bros and bras, welcome back, and we are doing the 13 Things About Me tag challenge, and we were tagged by our good buddy Arian over at Just 2 Game. Hopefully I did not just butcher your name.
You probably did, but that's how he always pronounces it, so if it's wrong, phonetically put it in there for us so we could stop being retards about it.
Right.
We don't know how to English is real good.
To English, yay!
I am to masters of to Englishes.
Okay. So, you want me to go ahead and do the first fact?
Yeah, you take the first. We're going to split, because I'm boring and I don't have facts.
Yeah, I'm kind of boring too, so I'll go first. Fact number one is, I think everybody already knows this, but I'm the older brother, and we are actually 7 years apart. So, when I was in high school, Brand actually was in, I think you were in elementary school.
Yeah.
And I used to have to pick him up from school every day on the way home. And Brand had a habit of anytime anybody tried to say anything to him or like start some shit, he would never back the fuck down.
Wait, how is this a fact about you?
I'm getting there. And so inevitably what would fucking happen is Brand would never fucking back down, and no matter how many kids there were or how big they were, he would get up in their fucking grill and like try and fight them. So inevitably, at least every like couple weeks, Brand and I were fucking fisticuffsing with some fucking buddy.
What? I've always had a problem just letting people talk shit, okay?
No.
Now that I'm an adult, I still do it to people. I just don't punch them. I just call them on their bullshit.
Dude, but you would like he would straight fucking punch people. Like, they would say one thing to him and he'd just go and fucking swing it, and I'd be like, Jesus fucking Christ, stop.
Sorry. My lizard brain is really strong, okay?
I would say so.
That's your fact? Is that I would punch people? That's ignorant.
And you would start shit.
Oh, okay. That's a fact about us, I guess. So I can allow it. All right, so that's number one. I guess number two, I'll take this one. I have never done an illegal substances of any sort, including I waited until I was 21 to drink. So apparently I'm a huge nerd or whatever, but I did it for health reasons. I have health reasons to do it, and maybe those will be other facts. But yeah, I've never done even pot or anything. And that's legal where I live now, so I might change that at some point. Just to try it.
Change it at some point.
Just to try it. If I do, I'll do it when we record. How about that?
There you go. That'd be
and then everyone can revel in my first Potmas, Mary Potmas.
Mary Potmas, nice. So, okay, so is that your number two?
That's number two. You get to take number three.
All right, well, since three started on that, we're gonna go with number three. Is I've done multiple illegal.
You have done all of the drug.
I've done all of the drugs, short of shooting it in my fucking veins.
How much cocaine have you snorted? Curiously.
Honestly, I can't answer those questions because a lot of the shit, I did it so fucking much that I lost fucking track.
God. You're like a fucking 80s stockbroker and shit.
Oh my god, dude. I mean, in my fucking 20s, I did so much fucking shit I shouldn't have fucking done. It's a miracle I'm fucking alive.
That's crazy, dude.
Let alone have any brain cells whatsoever.
That's fair. That's a good fact that you're a drugs man.
Not anymore. I don't do any of that. I don't even drink anymore. Maybe a beer every once in a blue moon.
That's it. Yeah, I don't even drink very often. Every now and then I might have something. Well, people know that, I guess, because I drank during Titanfall.
You did drink during Titanfall.
It was necessary, as far as I'm concerned. That was three, right?
Mm-hmm.
Four. I was actually out, not doing videos or anything for a month and a half last year. Was that how long?
Yeah, it was pretty close to almost a month, almost 2 months actually.
Yeah, we knew it was coming up. I had a double organ transplant last year, so we pre-recorded 2 months of material because we weren't sure how long I'd be out. And Yeah, I was like at the hospital with it and everything. Everything went really well. I'm good now.
Yeah, doing real good actually.
Yeah, it was a kidney and pancreas because I've been a diabetic since I was a little kid, and just kind of not my own fault. I didn't like abuse myself or anything. I took care of myself, but shit just goes bad sometimes. So yeah, I got some organs last year.
Yeah, and we were getting pretty thin there. I was a little worried we were going to run out of material.
I think we ended up being down to a couple of days worth, but yeah, no, we did it.
Yay, us.
Yeah, yay, we did the thing.
Yay! So, so we're on 5, right?
Yeah, 5 is yours.
All right. So, speaking of the diabetic thing, when Bran was 10 is when he was diagnosed with diabetes.
Oh, that was when I was 8. Look at you.
Was it really 8?
It was. Yeah, it was a long time.
Holy shit! God,
Yeah, it happened. It happened on my 8th birthday, dude.
Jesus Christ!
All right.
So. And I remember because, like, Dad worked so much, and you would fight so hard that I would literally have to help Mom give you your fucking shot.
Oh, God,
and I would, like, literally have to, like, pin you down and, like, wrap my arms around your fucking body and your legs to hold you still to get your goddamn shot.
Oh, yeah, at first. That was like, yeah, you tried giving a kid a fucking shot. Jesus.
Yeah. And you were mean. You would, like, punch me in the fucking face and, like, kick me in the balls and, like, all kinds of shit. And I'd be like, I'm just trying to help you.
I'm sure you did something at some point to deserve it. It was just for vengeance.
You were a mean kid, man. You were a mean fucking kid.
Don't
That's
judge
fact
me.
5.
Oh, I was a mean kid. That's specifically the fact 5. We'll go with that. Number 6. I guess this is about both of us. This is more for our channel though, but since we started the channel, we have not missed our Monday through Friday schedule once, and like we take that really important, like seriously and importantly. We think it's, you know, really important if you're going to publish and you say you're going to, that you do it. And we occasionally have like bonus videos. We do best ofs on Sundays. We stopped that for a brief time period, but picked it back up. People seem to like it. And then we've done some bonus vids on Saturdays. But yeah, we haven't missed any of our upload schedule, and I'm really proud of that.
Yeah, I'm really proud of that too. We both try really hard to make sure that gets done because, like he said, I think that's really important too. And like when we set out to do this, we were saying, hey, if we're going to do this, we really need to do it. So
yeah, let's do it seriously. Let's do it right, and not fuck around. That was 6. Was that 6?
Yeah. And actually, yeah, that was 6. And actually, I have a good one for 7.
All right.
So 7, one of the things we bonded on, actually, since there's such like a big age difference between the two of us, video games was like the thing that he and I really bonded on. And we used to do that as kids a lot, like growing up. That was our thing that we did a lot together.
Yeah.
Because there's like, 7 years, like growing up is like a big difference.
Yeah, that's hard.
He was like playing with like G.I. Joes and like Legos, and I was trying to go get laid.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but we would play like video games and shit. I mean, I didn't know what other way to describe it.
I mean, that's totally right.
And so, like, we would sit there and we'd play video games together, and that's kind of how we bonded. And, like, it was funny because, like, when we were younger, we weren't real close, but as we got older, we got real close and we hung out more. And we hung out, like, every friggin' day pretty much and played video games together.
Yeah.
So this is kind of nice because this actually brings us back to that. And that, to me, is, like, one of the most... my best memories with my brother is like doing that with you.
Yeah, definitely. It was always a lot of fun, and yeah, you're totally right. It was really how we ended up like bonding and becoming friends. It was like it's hard when you're like that age difference and shit, and like the ages we were. So it can be a lot of difficulty becoming friends or anything.
Yeah, but we get along for the most part, even though you're a shitlord.
I am a shitlord. You're welcome.
So that was 7, right?
So that's 7, yeah.
I can't count all those drugs.
We're going to say that was all the drugs. That's 7 hits of cocaine. Yeah, I think that's 7. Let's see, number 8. There's some stuff I'm not going to talk about on the channel. Number 8, a good one is actually when I finally, like realized I was like gay and was gonna come out about it. There were only a few people I wanted to tell right away, and actually the first person I told was Cash, was my brother, even before my parents or anything, because I felt that was like, I felt really comfortable and like it was cool to tell him. And the second person was actually my girlfriend at the time, because I was, still coming to terms with it. And, I tried to do it as cleanly as I could, I was like, okay, here's the deal, and here's what's up. And I was like, this isn't like about you, it's not your fault or something. But she did not take it well. She did the whole "are you sure" thing. And I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure. And she actually did something that really pissed me off. I told her specifically that I hadn't told people yet. And she told our sister.
Oh my god, I forgot about that. And our sister is notorious for having a mouth.
She is like the biggest fucking blabbermouth. And I was like so pissed off. I was like, I told you specifically that, you were among the very first people I told, because I felt like you deserved that. Honesty about it. And when I, decided and figured it out. But I was like to tell somebody that outright because you're kind of friends is the biggest fucking loudmouth, was like, you purposely went out of your way to do that, to try and like fuck with me. So we didn't talk for like several years, her and I never really got to like a great like friendship place or anything, but got to a point where it was like, whatever, I see you sometimes, it's fine.
Yeah, I forgot about that. And by the way, we love our sister dearly.
Oh yeah, she's just a loudmouth.
But she's such a loudmouth.
She just talks, man. Yeah, that's just her thing. She's just like, oh, I'm gonna say this to people, and I'm like, God. But I'll give it to her. I don't think she did on that one.
Oh really?
Yeah, I don't recall that she ever did.
I think she didn't. I think actually she didn't say anything, now that I think about it.
Which is really surprising to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised by that.
Well, considering she says like everything that comes to her head.
She does. She's just like no filter, man. It's like brain to mouth.
Instantaneous.
Yeah. That was 8. The next one's yours.
Oh, you're a dick. I was trying to stretch it out. I was trying to think of something.
Now you got to think of something. You got important things.
Okay. I actually have a really funny one. For number 9, I actually, when I first learned to drive, I really didn't have like anybody that really taught me how to drive. My dad tried a bit, but he worked so much it was really hard for him to do it.
Yeah.
So I kind of just got thrown into driving. And so, like, we grew up in Ohio, and it snows, like, really, really fucking bad there. It gets icy and stuff. So the first time I got picked up to go driver's ed class, to go to driver's ed class, they're like, okay, you need to drive. I'm like, okay. So I get in.
I will do the thing.
I will drive the car. And so I drove all the way to the driver's ed class. I got on the freeway, and it was like snowing in like shitty roads. And I get to the driver's ed class, and the teacher goes, wow, you did a pretty good job. And I looked at her and I said, yeah, not bad for somebody who's only ever driven in a parking lot. And she said, what?
Nice.
I was like, yeah, I've only ever driven in a parking lot. And she's like, oh, you could have fooled me. You actually did really well.
You did pretty good.
But here's the funny part. I actually did pretty good, but then I wrecked my car like a week later.
Oh, dude. Fucked up.
I hit a patch of black ice and fucking like totally like just mangled it.
Nice.
So there was a good and a bad one there. I thought it'd be a good end of that.
That's pretty solid. It was 8. So okay, I'll do a driving one.
Actually,
that
was 9.
That was 9? Dang.
Yeah.
I'll do a driving one for me then. I ended up getting just like very few driving lessons from people. One was, I had maybe 2 with Dad, and then like one with a friend of the family, like a godfather. And when I went out with him, it was summertime. We were in his car, and we had the windows down, and we were actually, we went to a graveyard because it had like windy roads to practice on, and it was, like basically empty. So we did that, and a fucking bee flew in. And not only did a bee fly in, it flew behind my glasses.
Oh, how horrible.
While I was driving. And I I totally managed to keep control of it, dude. I was proud of myself. I was like, there's a bee, and it flew behind my glasses, and I was still driving the car, and I was like, I'm going to pull over now. And so I did, and like I kept control of everything and didn't like flip out.
That's pretty impressive, man. That's hard to do.
I was just like, okay, well, like, yes, there's a bee, but if I don't control this car, we'll fucking die. Basically, is kind of my thought.
Right?
So.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks for the help.
All right, you're up. That was
All right,
that was 10, right?
That was 10. Yeah. So
Glad you're keeping track. You're good at the counts today.
I'm not. I'm probably off. But I actually number 10. I'm actually into old cars. Like, I love old cars, and Brand likes cars too, but he more likes the German cars. I like the old classic, like, muscle cars. And I actually have an old Camaro that I'm restoring, and I've been working on that for a while, and I'm pretty proud of it. It's not super old. It's a 79 Camaro. And
you should grab some pictures so we can put a couple in the video. Even, whatever state it's in. You don't have a lot of time. You're a dad.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm actually pretty proud of that, because it's kind of like a love-hate relationship.
Yeah.
Things don't always go as planned, but when they turn out good, it comes out good. And actually, I'm proud of that car. So
nice. Yeah, you gotta send some pictures over, dude. We'll get them in the video.
Okay, I'll do that.
Was that 11 then?
I think that was 11. Yeah.
I can't keep track. I'm shooting zombies while I play this, so we have something in the background. All right, so 12 is mine. I actually didn't finish high school. I didn't graduate high school. I was sick as a fucking dog with, like, really... I am kind of what you would call like a brittle diabetic. So, like, basically all the nasty shit that you can get on the side, blood sugars up and down despite, being at the doctor to control them and stuff. So I was, like, missing school and getting shit from the school board about it. And Dad was worried. He's like, they're going to send me to jail because you're missing so much school for truancy. And I was like, Mom was like, no, they're not. Like, this is medical. It's all backed up.
Yeah, it's not like it wasn't your fault. You couldn't help it.
So it was actually a little rough because it always kind of felt like Dad wasn't very behind me on it, like, being sick. And I was like, obviously it's not fake, dude. Like,
yeah, right.
it's very obvious that it is real. But yeah, eventually we kind of got past that. At one point, I had like a really low blood sugar reaction in school, which is one of the problems. And like, I wasn't like coherent enough to like do much about it, and my teachers didn't know what to do, and like it took a while to like get somebody to help. And yeah, they basically like went in that day, Mom and Dad did, and sat down and like told the principal. They're like, get the superintendent on the phone, and they're like, we're not doing this anymore. You're just gonna let him test out early. Because despite not getting my diploma, I was in gifted classes, advanced grades, shit like that. And so I had my GED a year before I was supposed to graduate. I just went and took the test the next day and just knocked it out and left. And yeah, they it was kind of nice. They were just like, all right, this is happening, or we're going to sue you for like not being able to take care of our kid and demanding you be here.
Yeah, that was bullshit, man. That whole situation was just fucked all around.
Yeah, it's public school shit in Ohio.
Yeah, fucking Ohio. So that was 12, right?
Yeah, this is the last one. Make it fucking good. Tell us how you like did a porno or something.
You're an asshole.
Oh wait, did you do a porno? If so, you gotta tell us.
No, I didn't do a fucking porno. I'm trying to think of a really good one though that like involves both of us.
About the porno.
Not the porno. Shut up. Jesus Christ.
I mean, we're talking about it like it's a real thing now. So
it didn't happen.
All right.
So, will you just shut up for a second so I can think?
All right.
So, okay, so 13. I'm making this a good one. So this involves both of us. Yeah, I'm drawing a blank.
Oh my god. No, this is yours. You said you take the extra one.
Oh,
I'm not letting you off the hook.
I know you're not.
I gotta hold you to your promise.
Oh, I know. So 13 actually involves more you. I remember like growing up in the same house as you, and I remember that like you and I both have this habit of taking things apart and figuring out how they work and putting them back together.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm into cars, and which is why you're into computers, because you got your first computer when you were how old?
12, I think?
12. And I remember, like, you started taking things apart and, like, modding them and trying to do different things. And that's kind of, like, how you started your love with the computer.
Yeah.
And so, like, you started your love with the computer, and then I went the different route, and mine was more, like, working on the cars and stuff. So we kind of both, like, tinkering on things.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And usually you'd end up with, like, an extra screw or something, but it would work. So...
Fuck you.
It's hard to argue the results, man.
Hey, I never had anything fall apart after I fixed it.
That's
not
true.
once.
That's true. Not one time.
And it always worked.
That.
So whatever.
So that's 13 facts about the bros, and you like challenge somebody now or tag them, right?
Yeah, I think we actually can do that in the comments after.
All right, we will tag some folks in the description, and then it will be their turn, and they will ignore us because nobody likes us.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
See you guys next time.
See you next time.
Hey bros and bras, thanks for watching our video. If you liked it, go ahead and hit the like button. Subscribe to us, share us with your friends, and hey, if you hated us, go ahead and do all that stuff too. And then tell us in the comments that we suck. Tell all your friends too. They can tell us that we suck. And then we'll know that we suck. Thanks. See you next time.